and this is something I harp on a lot, there's a huge difference between a good idea and a good business. And it's a subtle thing to understand, like whether or not it's a good business depends partly on whether or not you, in your circumstances, with the team you have and the resources you have, whether or not you can get there. You may have a great idea, and you have a top-notch team, but if you don't have capital, you don't have relationships, you don't have certain domain experience, whatever it is, all those things make that less of a good business. Still a good idea, awesome idea, and as it turns out, sure enough, many millions and millions and billions of dollars are being moved across electronic transfer for healthcare payments. But being too early is the same as being wrong, as they say. And I would also add to that, if you don't have the right formula that you bring to solve that problem, you may struggle more than you think.
On the good idea, good business concept, could you sum up, when you talk to other startups, how do you describe that to them, and how do you show them that there's a difference there?
Yeah.
Because that is, I think that's part of the problem with most startups that struggle.
Yeah, so, I think it's very circumstantial, and I have conversations, and the pattern of the conversation is, okay, tell me about your business, tell me about your market, tell me about your team, well, okay, what about this, what about that? And then it's not until the end of a conversation like that where you really understand the particulars of the circumstance, where you can say, all right, so here will be the challenge of that business, right? So businesses that have, for example, two-sided markets or multi-sided markets, right? Awesome ideas, right? If they existed, you'd want to use them, right? Probably not if they didn't have critical mass. So how are you going to get critical mass? You got to get critical mass on one side or the other, and eventually on both. So you look for the patient side and you work with them first, and hopefully by the time you've got some critical mass on one side, you can start to turn on the faucet for the other side. So how do you solve that problem? If you don't have a good answer for that problem, you just made your startup fail on paper. Congratulations, that's awesome. I try to do that all the time. And I think it takes not just some work, but it takes some humility. To say, that's a question I can't answer, but the idea is so good that I'm sure I'll fix it. No, you may not fix it. Go find somebody who knows about that problem, share your idea with them, and see if they can help you fix it on paper before you build it.